Okay, so good morning Rahul sir. So welcome back my channel. My name is Preeti. So first we will introduce ourselves, then we will further the topic or discussion, casual conversation.
Yeah, sure. Sure. So, shall I
So
start?
yeah, you start.
Okay. Yeah. So, my name is Rahul Doon and I'm from Jaipur. And I learn English. I practice English every day. And it's been, I think, almost 2 years. 2024 I started, but not regularly because in the middle I started, working on site with a company. So due to that, but yeah, simultaneously I was practicing English, and it's been 2 months. I took a break due to my personal reasons, and it's my first conversations after 2 months. So
Okay.
that's the thing. If I talk about my hobbies, so I like love to read books and talking to people and try to practice my communication.
Okay. So okay, great to know here about you. And I would like to ask you what kind of book do you prefer for reading?
Yeah, books actually depends on person to person. I read self-help books, non-fiction. Then nowadays I'm reading a book called Healing is the New Height by Wax King. It's this book is about childhood traumas, and it's all about mental patterns. So that's the thing that I'm reading. Before that, I was reading The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. So this is also a self-help book. So that's the thing. A lot of books I've read till now, around almost 50 plus physical books I have, and almost like 200 plus
Okay.
books I've, yeah, total
You read
readings.
it?
I started reading books in 2019. My first book was You Can Heal Your Life, and I've read that book more than 20 times. Yeah, that book is also about self-love and how we can, accept ourselves. So that's the thing.
Okay. So like you read in English or Hindi?
Back then, when I started reading books, that time I used to buy Hindi books. That time I was not practicing, I was not, learning English. But since I started learning English from, sorry, from there, I started, reading English books. So almost 2 years, yeah, I'm reading English books.
Okay, that's wonderful. Okay, so now I will introduce myself. My name is
Yeah.
Preeti. I'm holding the degree of MBA. I'm a mother of two kids. Apart from that, I recently started my YouTube channel. It's about 2 3 months, and I was working before as a financial advisor. But nowadays, like I'm not working, so that is why I just think, okay, I have to be upskills. So from 3 months, I am learning this language. More than 3 months, can say. Yeah,
That's
that
good.
is less and brief about me.
So you were working as a financial
Advisor. Yes.
advisor in a bank or in a private company?
In a private company, not in bank.
Okay, okay, great, great. So why did you started learning? Would you start
Okay.
learning?
Actually,
What was the reason?
reason behind of that, actually, I was working before when I didn't get the baby. So that time I was working as a financial advisor, but after getting baby, I quit everything. So like that after completing, like after getting the baby, when they were growing up, so I was thinking, okay, I have to do something. So I also started to sub brokership of Angel One. So I running the sub brokership of the Angel One, and
Oh,
almost 9 months I have completed. But that time I realized actually that is not my cup of tea, because there is the variable income. There is not a fixed income. So I was thinking, okay, I have to be work first, upskills myself, then I will go for any kind of company like remote work like that. So if I didn't
mm,
get any opportunity, so I will start something else by home, as a like my own entity will be there. So that is why like I quit it, and now I'm upskilling. So from 3 months, like I just indulge myself in this language. So somehow I learned this language. So now I also started my
somehow.
YouTube channel. Simultaneously I started my YouTube channel. So
Okay,
I am uploading only conversational video on my YouTube channel. That is I'm
that's
doing.
good. That's good. So what are the challenges that you are facing while learning this language? And I want to ask you about your medium, like in which medium you studied in your school.
Actually, I have completed my 12th, 12th standard. I have completed with the Hindi medium, and we are talking about to the my graduation. So graduation is the both Hindi and English. It's not only Hindi, because some words is English also. So we understand how to write. We are using the both language for the written exam. And when we are talking about to the my master degree, so that time I used to written only in English exam, English. So that time I understand what is the meaning of that, and how the people are speaking. But I am not able to speak in a proper
Yeah,
way.
because
And
the thing is that, and I want to add here, the thing is that like it's about spoken English. It's about daily,
yes,
like in talking, like in conversations we use English. Otherwise, like I've seen a lot of people, they are from English medium, but they can't speak
yes.
English. So it's about day to day life, like which language you use. So that's the thing. So yeah, you can tell me more things about your English learning journey. Like what are the practices that you do and
Okay.
how you do?
So actually, I started my journey from not from the scratch, because I know this language, I understand this language, but I'm not able to speak in a proper way. Like it's not a proper way. Actually, I'm not knowing the words also. What words we have to use, and which whenever we are talking someone else, and if any topic we are getting, so what we have to say, we don't understand. So that time, like whenever I'm at my home, so I try to talk with my children. That way I learn this language. I try to talk with the children, like small sentences, whatever I'm saying to them. So I try to use the sentences, what sentence we have to use. I go for the chat gtp. I just help with the chat gtp. So I said to them,
Yeah.
okay, just tell me whatever we have to said in English, like this Hindi
Mhm.
meaning of that English, what is the meaning of the English. Then whatever they suggest, then I just try to speak loud with my children. So that way I learn. And a whole day, whenever my kids at home, and I try to talk with the co-learners, that way I learn this language. And nowadays I'm on reading it also. Before that I'm not reading any kind of things. Like I just whenever I was working, that time I used to written mail, and any other thing, other content will be there, so I try to read it. But not in reading, but when you are reading some stories and some kind of books, then we understand what is the some we are getting the new words also, what is the meaning of that word and how to use that word. So that way we also incorporated that word in our communication. That is why, like I have seen, like when you are in reading, that will really helpful for sentence formation, for articulation of the sentence. And you can create your own thoughts while reading, when you are reading in any kind of book. So like nowadays I'm reading a Sudha Murthy book. So there is the story of their children. Actually she was the grandmother, and granddaughter is also there. So she was telling the story, whatever the story is there. So we can imagine ourselves after reading that. Like when we are reading any kind of book, so we can imagine by yourself what they had said. Whatever they said, you can think also. That way you can also learn, and we are creating the thoughts also. So that is why, like in 3 months, I indulge myself in this language. So I try to whole day I try to speak and try to listen a lot. Like when I'm listening to any another podcast, so I whatever the new words coming there, I try to jot it down and try to incorporate that word in my communication. So that way I'm learning this language.
Yeah, that's really good, really good the way. And you are also, with your children's children, you are learning it. So that's really good. So okay, what other things like you are planning to add in your English? And
Okay.
if anybody like you who just want to start English learning journey, then what are the advices that you wanna
Yeah.
tell them?
So actually, I'm also teaching nowadays of the student, like who want to learn, not about to the children. Actually, they are the adult also, so they are also learning this language. So they are also contacting to me. Like I'm also teaching to
How?
them how we are connected with the YouTube. Actually, they are connected by my YouTube channel, and some are the
Mm.
references. So like I'm teaching to them. So how I'm teaching actually depend on the level. What is the level they have?
Hmm.
Actually, some people like they understand the language, but they don't know how to. They are not able to speak this language. For able the speak this language, so first we have to understand to them what is the level of that. If they don't know how they can start to speaking, So for starting to speaking, we have to say them like you have to listen anything and try to narrate your thoughts, like whatever you listen. Like I also started the same thing, whatever I started, because who understand the language but they are not able to speak this language, so that things mentioned for them, like that is applied for them. So for that they have to listen any podcast, and not about like if they are not understanding properly to the advanced speaker, so they have to go through the animation story, because animation story and any cartoon story, they are using very basic language, so you have to try to listen them, and whatever they said, and after completing after completing the listening part, you have to try to narrate yourself by camera, by phone camera, by a mirror, so that way you have to try to narrate it, so that way like your fear is also removing, vanished by that. If you are not using the camera, or like you are saying okay I understand, now I narrate by myself in my mind, so that will not work, because you have to use the camera also, because you understand how you are speaking, you can observe yourself, so that is why you have to use your camera, and whatever you listen you have to try to narrate that. First thing they can do. Second thing, like you are also getting the new words from there, so like if you are listening any story, because we don't know all the words, right? Some new words you are getting also, so you have to try to use that word, and like you have to go for the chat GTP, because I also doing the same thing. I just go what 5 to 10 words I am getting from there, so I used to chat GTP, and I said to them okay just create a one story using all the 5 words or 10 words. So whatever the story they had given to me, so I try just go through that, and I read it also. So whatever the story they has given, because whatever the story we listen, story is the one thing to recognize, to learning new things, because when stories we register in our mind, any story, so that is why I go through the chat GTP and I ask the story, and whatever the story they has given, I just read it out, that story one time, two time. And one thing also, like who are the learning this language, they have to speak loud. When you are speaking loud, so your tongue is also rotating, and your ear, when you are listening, so ear will be trained. When you are using like when you are reading part, so your tongue is also rotating by that, because this is not our language, so we all knows this is our second language, so we have to familiar our tongue for this language. So for that you have to try to speak loud everything in English, so that is also really helpful for them. And third thing, like now don't think about to the grammar part. Basic grammar, you know how to use the is rm, how to use the do and does, how to use the present, past and future grammar. You know the I think 2 or 3 days you understand how to use the right grammar, what is the basic grammar for the present, because while speaking everyone is forgetting what grammar we should use initially, but when you are communicating again and again, like 1 or 2 months, then you understand, you can recognize easily what grammar you are using in the right way or what grammar you are doing the wrong. So you have to try to go for the grammar part, like if you are basic grammar you should know, but while speaking you understand, like you are also forgetting what grammar we should use, but 1 or 2 months you understand better, like what grammar we should use in the right way, like what is the sentence we have to use in the future, present, future time, what sentence, what grammar we should use in the past, and what grammar we should use in the present. So that comes after 1 or 2 months, not like 1 month, because we forgetting always, because we are in hurry because we don't know this language, right? So while we are speaking with someone else, so that time, like if you are individually talking with anyone else, that time you can easily convey your thoughts, but when you are coming in the group, that time you think like what because you are getting any topic, right? So you have to listen to others. Because initially when I'm talking to others and direct audio call, that time I'm comfortable, I can speak well, but when I'm getting in a group, so that time I'm used to like fumbling, like we think, and we are in hurry also initially when you are learning this language. So that time initially we are in hurry, so we are trying to express more, but we are not expressing more because we are not understand how to articulate the sentence. So that that thing is happen with everyone. I also faces the same kind of thing. But like when you are habitual, we understand how to speak, and you have to find it out the keywords also. When you are in any group discussion, that time you are whatever the topic you are getting anywhere, like many people, they are going for the interview, so they were going there, and they get the topic also. So whatever the topic you are getting from there, you just find it out the keyword. Like I can take an example of that, like our school days memory, right? So we can find it out the keywords. What school memories, like there is a children, playground, so many things is there. So first you have to find it out the keyword, then you can easily create your sentences, your thought. So that is the right way to going for the any group discussion. And I think
So,
I used all the thing whatever I
okay.
learned, so I tell
You
about
have
them.
you have
Yes.
shared a lot of things here.
Yes.
So, okay. What, like I want to ask you about the one advice that you have ever received or heard, the good advice about life, not about English, about
Okay.
life. Yeah, it's a deep question.
Like it's about life, about someone
Yeah.
else, like
No,
about by
about
myself, by
about
my life experiences.
general, in general, like about
In
life.
like about people, you are asking about to the people like who has give some advice. So I would say about my parents. Actually, my father always advised to me, you have to be
What?
patient, because when you have patience, so you can achieve anything. But you don't give up. When you are giving up, it means you are not getting, you are losing everything. So you
Hmm.
have to be work on your path, whatever you are doing. Definitely, you will achieve your things, whatever you want.
Yeah, and for patience, like I want to add here, like if we can give us proper time to learn anything, let's suppose like we are learning this language, so at least we need to give at least 1 year
Right.
time to learn it. So that time we will be more patient, and
Yes.
easily we can plan accordingly or make strategies. So that's also a thing, and it's a good advice that we need to be patient about our life and about our accents. So
Sometimes
what are
actually I want to
yeah.
add something also. Actually, what people are thinking, they are learning this language. Sometimes they are quitting their journey because they think, okay, I'm learning sufficient. But this is
Hmm.
the never-ending journey. So we have to work on that. Like when you are learning, when you are speaking, you know like how to speak. But your language is not polished. So for polishing your language, you have to be continuously in this journey, because it's a language.
Hmm.
So when you are
Yeah.
using, because like last 2-3 days I'm not using this language, so I was thinking, okay, I'm not thinking in English also. But initially, like I also created a video also, to how to think in English.
Yeah.
So people are thinking like how it's come in my mind, so we have to think in English, because when you are listening something, then you have to think in English, so that way it's come in your mind, like you have to think in English always. Like last
Hmm.
3 days I'm not using this language, so I was thinking, okay, I'm just thinking in only Hindi. But when I'm using this language continuously, that time I always thinking in English.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. So ask me if you want to ask anything.
Okay. So like how you learn this language, by yourself, or you have go for any classes?
Initially, when I started that time, I started by my own. I buy a 3-4 months plan on Joe's Talk app.
Yeah.
There were an app that time, like we can talk to anybody on call. So I started, and but majorly like I practice by myself. So that's the thing.
Okay, I think it's depend on the person by person. What is the
Mm,
level of them? Like some people like
okay.
who are learning this language from the scratch. So I think they should
Mhm.
go for the any classes, because
Yeah,
they will
it's
give the
really.
right roadmap. What is the right roadmap?
Mhm.
Because when you are learning by yourself, so nobody is giving the roadmap.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
we
yeah.
are on that
So.
level, like how to
Mm,
speak. Like so, like we understand. Like we have a one thing, we have to try to speak more. So that is why we used to like many applications like S Fluency. I also used S
oh yeah,
Fluency,
yeah.
Peer Up. So that way I also try to talk with the co-learners.
Mm. So, okay, we can wrap it up
Yes,
because
yes, yes.
somebody is coming. So
Yeah, yeah,
we
it's
can
okay.
talk tonight.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Okay,
bye.
thanks for
It was
having.
a
Bye.
great
Yeah,
meeting.
bye.